Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here to begin the review for My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 249. For me personally, there's not much to talk about within this chapter. This chapter was pretty chilled, with very little going on, but there is a few things that I do want to talk about, so I will mention them now. So we start off the chapter, some time has passed, and we know that these guys have been training hard. We see well, especially for Bakugo and Shota, we see the scars of their training. Then we have a little shot of Deku, and he had something else to work on which wouldn't be very scar inflicting, but I reckon these 3 panels that we see are to show you that they have been making progress for however long it's been, and it seems that they are now living currently in the residency, because number one, agency has a residency apparently along with all the other sidekicks, so they are currently living there. Them three, Deku, Baku, Shoto, so they are currently living there. So we learned this as well. And now Shoto does make a comment saying that how yesterday, I think it was yesterday they came close to catching the villain before Endeavor, but as the chapter goes on and we see them go out for that day, and there was a comment mentioned, I can't remember by who, I'm guessing it was Bakugo, where he says how he's turned up a level. So what I think has been going on since throughout this whole thing of them intern and under Endeavor is that Endeavor made this claim, you need to catch a villain before I do, so he set a starting pace. I don't know if that's him going at 50%, 20%, 10%, whatever, 5%, whatever. I don't know what percentage that he's of his or I'm not gonna say power, I'm gonna say what percentage of effort he's putting in, and he wants them to catch them. But what I think is that whatever percentage of effort he started off with, they came close to reaching that percentage of effort and being able to match it, be it whatever. And so Endeavor has realized this, so he's now turned up to the next level. That's what I think has happened there. So that was the beginning of the chapter, and then we have the family dinner for the rest of the chapter, where I think it was Natsu, where we know that there's some daddy issues with all the Todoroki siblings. So we see Natsu's ones. I think his name's Natsu anyway. The sister seems to be pretty much fine with it. She was the one that invited them for dinner, trying to get them all together. So she seems pretty fine with it. But we not really, but we go into Shoto and we see that, he is getting over his, and Deku is someone who says this to him as well. I think, you're ready to say sorry, but, you're just waiting for the right moment. I found it funny when Bakugo comes in, you invite me over for dinner, bro. I didn't come here to see no drama, you're ruining my food and all sorts, man. If we're going to invite people over for dinner, leave the family drama out of it, or just don't invite me at all. I didn't even want to be here too tough. That kind of vibe as well. I found it funny. It was a nice touch to the episode because it is true. It is true. It is true. And it also made me remember this time where I was in a certain occasion and there was a little bit of a family dispute. And, it's just awkward for the person that's just there visiting. It's kind of awkward, family drama. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to be involved. It can be a bit awkward, so I can understand where Bakugo is coming from. So, 2 more things I want to mention. One is this dream that Endeavor's been having. I think it was mentioned twice within the chapter, and now this is giving me a red flag. This is giving me a red flag. Is Endeavor gonna die? Because he mentions the dream about how he sees his whole family at a table eating dinner, and he ain't there. He ain't there. Why isn't he there? Because he's dead. Gone. But in all honesty, though, it is a red flag. It is making me think he is going to die. But at the same time, I'm trying to think, what would his death do for most personally, us, the audience? For us, the audience, what would it do for us? And I can't really think of any good reason why to kill off Endeavor? So leave him be, let him live. But when I also think about how, what would that do for the My Hero Academia world? Again, I can't really think of much because right now he is number one. He's number one. But I don't think, he's not symbol of peace. He doesn't have the same fame as All Might. And now I'm thinking to myself, if he was to die, what that would do for the My Hero Academia world. I reckon there would be like disruption, confusion, worry, but I don't think it would be that deep. Are you trying to get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it'll be as deep as when All Might, can no longer, when he had to retire. I don't think it'll be that deep. But I think within death, if he was to die, Endeavor would achieve this symbol of peace. He would die the new symbol of peace, making way for Deku. I mean, maybe to come true. The last thing I do want to mention is this whole. I think this is the first time that this sibling is mentioned. Just we have a younger sibling that's been mentioned. He's died. So what I'm thinking now is that part of this arc will be a bit of a Todoroki arc. I wasn't expecting it, but it seems like we are going this route because I was expecting the villain for the arc to show themselves soon. They go through the whole villain being a villain thing, and they leave the internship not being able to achieve the whole catch a villain before Endeavor, but Endeavor will acknowledge something they did to that same degree, maybe, but definitely acknowledge that under your time under me, you've gotten stronger. It's time for you to go back to school, kind of vibe. But I think this chapter was a pretty chill chapter, so I'm going to give it a 3-star rating and call it a review. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.